What is the real way to reinvent yourself? I want to reveal this secret in today's video. How's it going, reinventors? My name is Amelia Sims. This is Reinventing You, the channel where you can be inspired to take your own reinventing journey so that you can live a life of joy, fulfillment, and purpose. I post twice a week, so please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you will know when I've uploaded my latest video. I recently read an article by Tim Denning that talked about reinventing, and basically he talked about his own reinventing journey, and I really appreciated what he had to say. But my favorite quote from his article is this: "Sweat the small stuff, it leads to the big stuff." I really resonated with this quote because I know in my own reinventing experience that small changes, small habits, small things and actions that you do can lead to bigger habits, bigger changes, and bigger actions. Here are some of the small stuff that Tim sweated through, but they meant big changes for him. Saying no to other people's priorities, not drinking on the weekend, axing a few friends who are addicted to drugs, setting boundaries with family, and spending time alone to contemplate life. For him, these were small things, but they led to big, lasting changes in his life. I don't know if you could hear that, but the dryer buzzer just went off. Hang on a second. Can you get down, please? Come on. Come on. I concur with Tim about changing the little things, like changing your sleep. For me, I needed to change my sleep. I need to reinvent how I was sleeping. And it was the little things that made a difference. Things like cutting out all light, things like lowering the temperature, things like stopping watching either video or my Kindle with blue light, and also not having any caffeine after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Those little things help improve my sleep. And if you want to help improve the environment, instead of using a dryer sheet, try a wool dryer ball. Here's another example that may be applicable in your case. You're over 50, you've lost your job, you're not eligible for retirement either through the company you were working for or through Social Security. Like myself, you're sort of in this middle place. Now, I had a choice. I was not fired, I didn't lose my job, I wasn't laid off, but I did decide to quit my job. And I have heard this story in at least 2 situations of people that I know where they thought they were in that company for a long haul, and basically they got lied to in some cases. You come out of this situation, you say, well, what can I do? And I need to reinvent myself. I recommend some of the small things that you can do to really help yourself. And the first thing is your resume. I don't know how long it's been since you've written a resume. I know I'm kind of putting together one myself. It's not just about putting your job experience on paper. It's a lot more than that. But there are a lot of tutorials here on YouTube and also on the internet that you can follow and ways to get noticed. But another thing on top of the resume, what may have changed since you last went job hunting, is the fact that social media is very prominent in our lives today. So this means a couple of things. The first thing is if you're not on LinkedIn, I suggest you go there because that can also lead to some links, some jobs, networking to get employment. And also just clean up your social media page. People do look at your social media when they're thinking about hiring you, and your appearance on like Facebook can make a difference. Now, hopefully you don't have any naked pictures of yourself when you went for that weekend in Mexico or whatever, but you know, have you been making some really negative comments lately? What does your profile picture look like? You know, make sure it's a really good picture of you. Maybe have pictures of your family if that's important for you. Pictures of you doing your hobbies. You went to a workshop last fall in Colorado. Make sure those pictures are highlighted or write something, post something about that experience. You can also message people on Facebook, you know, just do a private message. Don't just announce on your Facebook page, hey, I got fired or I got laid off and I need a job. But just kind of reach out because, you know, sometimes it's the people you know who are going to get you your next place of employment. And don't be afraid to get a part-time job and learning new skills. That's kind of what I'm doing now. I don't know if I'm learning new skills. Well, I am learning new skills, but I've got a part-time job, which has really helped in the short and long term. Try these things out and you will be amazed at the small changes that you make can make a big difference. Another really serious change that you might realize you need to make is changing your relationship status. Well, before I begin, I just want to say that I'm not a counselor. And I don't pretend to be one or play one on any kind of television, but I have counseled people in crisis and marital crisis. So I know a little bit, probably enough to make me dangerous. But if you are in any kind of an abusive situation, it doesn't have to be physical. Please check out the National Abuse Hotline if you're here in the United States. And I've got the number on the screen. And also you can chat with somebody at www.hotline.org. And these are people who will let you know if you are in some kind of domestic abuse situation. However, if you're in a relationship, whether it's a toxic relationship or you're wondering if it's abusive or you just feel like you need to get out of this relationship, then there are some little things that you can do. And the number one thing is, and it's probably true for everybody really, is to take care of yourself. I know people who have told me, well, I'm having trouble with my spouse and I want him to go to counseling or her to go to counseling. That's usually the woman that come to me for this, but anyway, I want to go to counseling, but my spouse does not want to go to. You cannot make your spouse do anything or your relationship partner do anything, but you can go to counseling and maybe that will be helpful for you. I also want to say right here, avoid Christian counseling or Christian counselor. There are counselors who are Christian, but a counselor has certain degrees that they need to help you out. A lot of time, a Christian counselor will tell you what they see as maybe a biblical viewpoint or the way they see it in your particular denomination, which may mean they will convince you to stay in the relationship even if it's not good for you. And I really hate to say that that's true, but I have seen some situations where people have gone to a so-called Christian counselor and have given what I consider very poor advice. And I just recommend getting somebody that is really educated, that they have a degree in counseling, that they have experience in counseling. If you are looking for somebody who is a Christian but has a degree, then find out more about them before you go to them. Get some references. I just say that the little thing that you can do in any kind of relationship, not just pack up your bags and leave, but simply to take care of yourself. Take the little steps that you need to take care of yourself. I think that you will find hidden strengths within yourself. Whether you stay in the relationship or not, you will be changed. I know there are those of you out there who are saying, wait a minute, Amelia, I just want to reinvent my attitude or something. That's not this huge major life change. For those of you who just want to reinvent your attitude, I suggest starting a gratitude journal or a gratitude list. Make sure that you are looking at positive news feeds and statements on social media. I recommend prayer or meditation. That can also change your attitude. And sometimes laughter is the best medicine. Try looking at some comedy sites on your computer or even go to a local comedy club and find something fun to laugh at with a group of people that you enjoy being with. You can change your attitude by doing those small things, and you never know. When your attitude changes, don't be surprised though if bigger things in your life don't change as well. I hope that when you've sweated the small stuff, that these big changes will also be occurring in your life. I would love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below what small changes you are making or have made in order to make some big changes in the long run. Make sure you sign up below with my once a month email with tips, tricks, and further information to help you on your reinventing journey. Don't forget to make the small step of subscribing to Reinventing You. Thank you for watching this video. Check out these videos on renewing yourself in 2020 and how less is often more. Have a great one.